Bow, chicka wow wow. Good evening, friends. Welcome to Cultivate Your Life. I am your hostess with the mostess, L as in the letter L, and key as in the key to your heart. Thank you so much for tuning in to me on this Wisdom Wellness Wednesday. Hope everybody is having a great hump day. And so let's get into it. I don't really have any specific topics in mind today. So I'm kind of just going off the cuff this evening. One of the things that is resonating for me and what has transpired with me in the last 24, 48, let's just say the past few days is, as you all know, I shared with you. Well, I shouldn't say as you all know, because if it's your first time, thank you for joining. Appreciate you being here. If you are a frequent listener, thank you. I've been talking a lot about my friend's book that's on Amazon Kindle, Commitment to Love, Love is a Verb. And I accidentally ordered it from Amazon via Kindle, even though I don't have a Kindle. But in doing so, I have appreciated reading it. Thank you, Kyle Phew, who is basically like family. We've known each other, oh my gosh, 25 years now? Yeah, so we're pretty much like family. Anyway, I wanted to quote his book a little bit because I personally have been going through some struggles. And in reading his book, I am seeing how relative this information is. So I wanted to share it with all of you. So, Wisdom Wellness Wednesday, here's a little bit of wisdom, and it will bring wellness to relationships. So here we go. So I'm starting off kind of in the middle, so bear with me. He's talking about self-awareness, and he says, think about a couple who are both passionate about their careers. If they're not self-aware, they might struggle to balance their individual ambitions with the needs of the relationship. One partner might feel neglected, while the other partner might feel stifled. However, if both partners are self-aware, they can communicate their needs openly and honestly, finding ways to support each other's goals while maintaining a strong connection. Self-awareness is the key to unlocking this kind of balance and creating relationships that are mutually fulfilling and deeply satisfying. It's not about becoming someone else or suppressing our true selves. It's about embracing our authentic selves and using our self-knowledge to cultivate healthy, loving connections that bring joy, growth, and fulfillment. This journey of self-awareness is an ongoing process. It's about being willing to constantly take appropriate actions to challenge our beliefs and to grow as individuals and as partners. We learn that love is not just a feeling, but a conscious commitment, an intentional action that we take every day in every interaction. Then it talks about love in everyday actions. And I just love the examples that are given, which I don't know if any of you have read about the different love languages. This is kind of a great segue to go into the different love languages. Once upon a time, previous relationships ago, I wanted to share this information with this person that I was dating, and they weren't really open to reading a book or understanding or even recognizing the love languages. And that to me was a sign of, okay, this person may not be a good person for me to be in a relationship with if they're not willing to know this, learn it, understand it. How are you going to have a fulfilling relationship, friendship? I mean, with family, with friends, with coworkers, with your partner, with your children, with your parents. To me, it was so eye-opening and insightful to learn these things. It really helped me to understand my own love language as well as my children who are adults and just friends, uh, coworkers, and just to be able to appreciate other people's love languages and understand their love languages. I just think is such valuable information. Anyway, he talks about that in Love in Everyday Actions. He says, love isn't a passive feeling, it's an active choice. We choose to love someone through the actions we take, the words we speak, and the thoughts we nurture. It's not a sudden burst of emotion that dictates our behavior. It's a conscious decision we make every day. And these choices, these seemingly small actions, are the building blocks of love or appropriate action. And then he gives an example of a couple, which I won't read, but talks about love manifests in the small, consistent acts we choose to do. It's the little things that make a difference. Okay, this part is totally me. A gentle touch, a hand on the back, a hug during a stressful day, a playful nudge. These small gestures communicate affection and create a sense of intimacy. Another one, active listening. In a world filled with distractions, choosing to truly listen to your partner, to absorb their words and feelings, demonstrates that you value them and their perspective. Expressing gratitude. A simple thank you for a thoughtful act, a compliment on their appearance, or a genuine appreciation for their presence goes a long way in nurturing a relationship. Making compromises. It's not always about getting your way. Showing willingness to compromise, to adjust your plans, or to see things from your partner's perspective demonstrates respect and love. Celebrating their victories, taking the time to celebrate their achievements, no matter how big or small, it shows you're interested in their growth and happiness. Forgiving their mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Choosing to forgive, to understand, and to move forward together strengthens the bond of love. These actions, though seemingly ordinary, are the currency of love. They build trust, foster intimacy, and create a strong foundation for a lasting relationship. It's not always about the grand gestures, but about the consistent choices we make to nurture the love we share. Love is a journey, not a destination. It's a continuous process of choosing to love, to act with intention, and to nurture the bond we share with others. And it all starts with those seemingly insignificant yet profoundly meaningful everyday actions. Think about your own relationships. What are some of the small acts of love that you routinely demonstrate? Do they align with your intentions? Are you consistently choosing to love your partner, your family, your friends? Take a moment to reflect on your actions and how they communicate your love. Okay, I could keep going and going, but I'll stop there because we're 10 minutes in and I've just shared part of his book. And this is why all of you should get it, because it's not just about a relationship. It's not just good information to be in a relationship. It's your commitment to love your kids, your parents, your spouse, your brother, your sister, your friend, your best friend, your cousin. This is such good information. And the more I read, the more I want to keep reading. And I realize how much it aligns with the beliefs that I personally have and intentionally do. I am the person that likes to tell the people that I care about, I appreciate you. Not only do I make it a point to say please and thank you based on the way I was raised by my mother, who's in heaven, but she instilled those things. She said it's very important to say please and thank you. Manners are important. And not only do I implement that, but I feel that it's a matter of respect, and it shows a level of appreciation. And I have to tell you, there's so many people that I interact with that forget to say please or thank you. And, I try not to take it personally. But I do feel that those words of affirmation are so important. And for me, because words of affirmation are important, like I said, I like to make it a point to tell those people, thank you for that. Please, I really appreciate this. I appreciate you. Those things can go a long way. Even when he's talking about, the touch, the hug, I also am a physical touch person, not just with my partner, but with my friends, or when I'm talking to somebody, I find myself putting my hand on their back, or, just as a form of compassion, listening, active listening. So I hope that all of you out there that are listening that may not do these things, that this will give you a different perspective on how you can implement these things into your daily routine. And yeah, um, the reason I brought this up is, we were talking about struggles. I've been going through a lot of struggles. All of you that have been listening, I've had some health issues recently. I would love to chalk it up to working around kids at the school or a compromised immune system. Sometimes it has to do with stress. In my case, I've had some stressors in my life. Roommate problems, financial concerns, relationship challenges. And so I do think it's important for us to know how to find tools to work through those things and have healthy outlets. I'll just share some personal stuff with you since it is Wisdom Wellness Wednesday. So before I got married, I was on a health journey during COVID. I think I touched on this on one of my episodes. Prior to COVID, I was at my heaviest weight. And so I joined Row House Gym in Pleasanton with my former boss friend, Teresa. And day one, you go in and you're looking in a mirror because you're rowing in front of a mirror. And I did not recognize the person that was looking at me in the mirror. It was a rude awakening. I knew I needed to lose weight, but when I really saw myself in that full-length mirror, I did not like what I saw. So, shortly afterwards, COVID hit and there were no going to the gym, right? And so I made a conscious decision to start my health journey. I was taking all natural supplements to help me with boosting my metabolism and basically filling in the nutritional gaps as far as helping me to get a good night's sleep, which can affect your weight, your mood, your everything, right? If you don't get a good night's sleep, it compromises your immune system. You cannot think clearly. So many things. You can anger easily. So, with taking the supplements, I ate clean, wasn't um, drinking, wasn't partaking in all the things that a lot of people were doing during COVID. Um, a lot of people I know during this time were like, hey, we're trapped inside, so let's stay inside, drink, eat, and watch Netflix or whatever. I was doing the opposite. I was exercising, eating healthy, drinking healthy, and listening to my body. And I'm happy to say I lost 65 pounds within 5.5 months. Well, then I got in a relationship, met my husband, June of 21-ish. Well, actually, it was like April, May, but anyway. Um, and after we got married, what happens when a lot of us get married? Get comfortable. He's vegetarian. I'm not. So I was making his vegetarian meals and my meals. And he loves his sweets and his carbs. So then I was indulging in the things that he could eat that were around. Next thing I know, I've put on 20 pounds. And I'm like, what the heck? This isn't me. So I'm happy to say I got the 25 pounds off. And I'm back on track where I am listening to my body. Protein shake in the morning, broccoli snack pack for lunch, and my one meal is dinner. A healthy, balanced meal. So I guess what I'm trying to tell all of you is it's very easy for us to go back to our bad, unhealthy habits. And so I just encourage you, if you are going through struggles mentally, physically, emotionally, or whatever, if you start with looking inward and start thinking about how you can get to your better, happier, healthier self, it starts with you. Self-love is important love. Of course, we want to love others, but self-love is just as important, which I'm reading in Kyle's book. And because how can we love others if we don't love ourselves? And how will others love us if we don't love us? So I encourage you to take this time, reflect on how you can become a better version of yourself, a version that is happy, healthy, goal-oriented, growth mindset, not fixed mindset. And I think that you will see if you can get to that point and start that journey, that it will open other doors for you that may not have opened before. So despite the fact that I have these stressors in my life and everything, every time I go to work, it brings me joy because I love what I do. And when you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. I have learned to practice my meditation. I do my affirmations every morning for 20 minutes when I wake up. I'm drinking my water and or coffee or my protein shake, and I'm reciting the affirmations while I'm getting ready for work to start my day on a positive. And then I get home, love on my dog, walk my dog for 15 minutes, and then meditate some more to decompress and just reflect on what's important and how to have more of those happy, joyful, fulfilling moments and not sweep them under the rug or drink them away or eat them away or make other choices that are not going to make me feel better later. So I think if I wanted to share Wisdom Wellness Wednesday tips, that would be my tip for you is try to undo some of those unhealthy habits and create new healthy ones. And you can start out small with one of the things that I mentioned. And you'll see as you begin to implement these changes, it will make you feel better and you will want to go on to make other changes to create positivity, joy, peace, good health, love. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in and listening to me this evening. I appreciate all of you. I want to make sure that I include my buddy Zach's sweet treats and his delectable cookies and brownies. I always include his website, the link in my podcast content. I do want to let you know it is zachssweettreats.com. And I forgot to mention in my last episode, if you use the code word autism, you will receive 20% off your order, which I think is pretty generous. It's pretty cool. And for those of you that are just tuning in, I've told you about how great the cookies are. I had the pleasure of having them during the holidays and shared them with some of my friends and family who also enjoyed them. So it's www.ZACHYS Zackies Sweet SWEET treats TREATS.com. So, and like I said, I'll post the link and code word autism for those of you that are just tuning in and don't know. He is a 21-year-old that is learning how to navigate life and taking on more adult responsibilities, learning how to save his money. And his mom, Nicole, thought that this would be a great way to teach him some life skills and help him utilize his creative side and learn about the importance of money and saving money and also bringing joy to other people by baking with love, which is what he does, and with the help of mom, or at least overseeing and guiding. And I just think it's such a great cause. And in my last episode, I talked about paying it forward. I mean, what better way to pay it forward than to help this guy? I think for a dozen cookies, it's like $20. And then you use the autism code and you get 20% off. I mean, hello, Valentine's Day is coming up, people. A couple shout outs that I forgot about. January birthdays. I haven't mentioned everyone's January birthday in a minute, so want to make sure I include Barry. I'm sorry if I forgot to wish you happy birthday. Happy birthday, Barry Minor, who is the one that I have to thank for coming up with cultivate. We're hiking one day, and I said something about I'm here to elevate, and he was like, cultivate. I'm like, you know what? I kind of like that. So, wanted to make sure I wish him a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Miss Cossum. Miss Cossum, who's awesome. I work with her. She's awesome. Her birthday's tomorrow. For any of you that are listening to this and know her, please be sure to tell her happy birthday and be sure to tell her how you know. Who else am I forgetting? Gosh, I remembered last time, and now, of course, I'm drawing a blank. Okay, well, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. Guys, before I forget, to my loyal subscribers, I thank you. Jeff Pata, Mike Kaufman, Nicole Sedano, Lisa Curbello, Kyle Phew. To subscribe, it's as little as a cup of coffee. $3 is the minimum, $10 is the maximum, $3, $5, or $8 or $10. And what are you paying for? I give you a shout out, you're paying for my services. I'm going to be giving you a preview to what's to come. I also talk about you and or your business or whatever it is you'd like me to share on your behalf, your hobby, your interest, your other job, whatever. Speaking of, shout out to Kara Kenfield or Kara Kitchell and Tom Gozick. I've shared their Etsy's. They are both super talented in different ways. His are more like a rustic type of art that can be found through Etsy, and I'll include their links. And then she has a great website through Etsy where she creates video montages with music attached for birthdays or anniversaries or whatever. She also has some excellent artwork out there, painting, a few clothing line items, killer pair of boots, and a backpack laptop bag that I simply must have. Yeah, and I never can recite it right off the back. I always have to kind of listen and look for it. So Kara's lovemyartist.etsy.com. Kara, Kara, and then his, oh gosh, it's like miner's pick. Oh my gosh, guys. minerspickstudios.etsy.com. Both of them super talented artists, and they have some amazing crafts and things via their Etsy website. So take a look, browse, and I guess that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. To my prospective sponsors out there, I would love to have you become a sponsor so I can expand on my studio, my equipment, have guests, be on video, all of that. That's where the subscribing or the sponsorship comes into play. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Cultivate Your Life. You can find me on all the platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, countless others. And of course, this platform, buzzsprout.com. Thank you for listening. Cultivate Your Life. Namaste. Ciao for now.